You're watching Talonted Productions.
You're watching Connect Tour.
So let's start from the beginning, Keith. Where are you from?
I am from Shartsville, US fucking A.
Yeah? Shartsville.
Shartsville.
Where is that exactly?
That's none of your fucking business. You don't see it on a map, ain't in no history book. We like to keep it that way.
It's like your own little private paradise.
That's right.
Can you tell me how the band Whiskey Sharts got started?
Whiskey Sharts got started well before I joined the band. I joined the band after they had already been pretty much our town's mascot band. It was like the most popular band in Shartsville. It was started by Stan Mason Dixon, the late, great Stan Mason Dixon, may he rest in peace, and his nephew Trace Harlan Edwin Crooks. Now they grew up together. Well, one raised the other, obviously. So Trace Harlan Edwin Crooks and Stan Mason Dixon started the band. Stan Mason Dixon is the uncle of Trace Harlan Edwin Crooks. And Stan Mason Dixon had been popular before he even started Whiskey Sharts.
May he rest in peace.
Yes, may he rest in peace. Thank you very much. Sure. We usually say that for the sake of Trace Harlan Edwin Crooks, but he ain't here, but he knows he'll be watching. So they started playing at the Shartsville Saloon all the time. And Shartsville Saloon is where I grew up. Kentucky, Montana, and Montana family own it, and they're the proprietors of it, and they've been running for years. And I grew up with Kentucky, and now he runs it, and I live there, and I coach karaoke there. But when I was like around 15 years old, they had a sing karaoke with Whiskey Sharts, so they'd have like people come up from stage and just sing whatever songs they want. And so I went up, and right on the spot, we wrote the Ballad of Keith fucking Jackson. Right on the spot. And then ever since then, Stan came up to me and he was like, "Hey, how would you like to front Whiskey Sharts?" And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I've been watching you guys since I was fucking little." Hell yes. How they got the name Whiskey Sharts. So when Stan and Trace started playing, all the time, they're like, "Well, what are we gonna call ourselves?" They played comedy music because they were like just tired of doing the same old country stuff. It's great. Ballads are great. Country's great. Love America. That's all great. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta tell people to go fuck themselves. Mm-hmm. And so they wanted to fill that little niche, because Stan was really fucking funny, man. Anyway, so it was just them two playing guitars, and then they wanted another drummer. So Kentucky put on the sign that they didn't need another drummer, but he wanted to give the band a name. Well, one day Trace was saying how he felt he had a fart when he was talking to the hottest girl in the bar one time, and so he'd been holding it and holding it and holding it, and then she went to the bathroom and he went to relieve himself, and he shit farted. And he'd been drinking a lot of whiskey, so Kentucky, Montana's called them Whiskey Sharts from then on, and it just stuck. And that's why Trace Crooks wears a fucking kilt, because having poop run down your leg is one of the most uncomfortable things that you can ever fucking think of and feel. It's really gross. And he don't drink whiskey no more or anything, because when you're talking to the most beautiful girl in the world and you shit your pants when she goes to powder her nose, you don't want that ever to happen again.
You don't have that problem?
Man, no. I drink all the whiskey in the world, and I never shart. So then Rico Planet came along, and there's two things Rico Planet likes to do: bang the drums and bang women. And he wasn't banging any drums, and he wasn't banging any women. He saw the sign, he was like, "Shit, I'll bang the drums. That way he can bang all the women." And so lo and behold, they had a trio. Then they had me come up, and boom, bam, boom. The rest is history, and I've been in Whiskey Sharts for a while now.
You had a guy back in the day that used to play bass, and he was dressed in like snake skins.
Yep, that's Snake Whiskin.
Snake Whiskin.
Yep.
What happened to him?
He's still in Shartsville, still kicking. Stan Mason Dixon,
may he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. He was partying with 2 times the amount of people and drugs that he should have been partying with, because I was supposed to be with him, but I got arrested. So he dies on the road. and I make it to the hospital in time just to see him pass. So we broke up. All of us broke up. I mean, we still lived in Chartsville, but we never did anything with Whiskey Sharts for a while. And then Pedro Deucer and Mayor Tex MacArthur convinced us all to get back together again. It's been like a decade or whatever. And so we needed somebody to take the bass position since Stan was gone. And so we just asked several people for their help whenever they could. And so basically our bass spot is filled with whomever can make it out of Shartsville.
Okay, so it's floating.
Yeah, Snake Whiskin was able to be with us at the beginning a lot more because he was available during that time. But now Beaver, you know, Beaver's a mechanic, and well, our small town don't have too many cars, you know, so he's available a lot more. And then we got Johnny Law, who's like a deputy running for sheriff. He's ran for sheriff a couple times, but he ain't quite made it. But you know, he comes out and helps us, and then whoever is fucking free and knows the music.
Cool.
You know, so that's sorry to get to a long way to answer your question,
No.
but I had a big preface there, and also to make you know that we're kind of sensitive about people dying in our band. So
Yeah, well, who wouldn't be?
right,
Especially if he was like the founding member.
exactly.